Anyway, man, gotta restart a nice little video here. Revelation 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So here in this lesson, I'm going to speak on the MOTB. Let's see right there, the top scripture we go to when we bring about speaking about the MOTB, mark of the beast. Revelation 13, 15, right there. Read it again for you, right here, once again, if you're listening. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause, that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Yeah, another fucking dweeb over here passing by. Yeah, should be killed anyway, right here. Should be killed, right? And as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And this falls all in line with Revelation 2 and fucking 10. 3 and fucking 10 here. Yeah, 3 and fucking 10 here. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. You got an issue with my language and my cursing, bro? Just get your weak ass off the video. Click off. I don't care for your shenanigans and your bullshit. Just click off, bro. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Yeah. That was known as the hour of temptation right here. Revelation 13, 15 again. He had power. He had power to, who's that he there? Esau. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Who's the beast? This is the beast system, America here. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Yeah, speak and cause, because it's going to be implemented inside these people. It's going to be a introduction to inviting these people who take it to be a part of their system. So that's why it says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not, then if you don't take it, you'll die here. It says that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Killed off the system, the partaking in the system, and its benefits from being in the system, living in the system. By Esau coming out with the MOTB when it finally decides to come out. So I can finally get the fuck out of here. We got no choice to be here. When this devil finally decides to get the fuck on and bring this fucking MOTB out here. Yeah. He's gonna eliminate those. He's gonna eliminate those who refuse it out his system. You got that? Say it millions of fucking times already. We made millions of fucking videos on it already, man. Go watch our whole fucking catalog. Okay? Going to the archives, the GMS archives. Things of that sort, yeah. This is, okay, man, this is, let me get this one here. Yeah, anyway, this is Isaiah 1 and 22. Thy silver has become dross, thy wine mixed with water. Come on. Thy silver has become dross, thy wine mixed with water. Silver become dross is the outer weak ass metals, fake ass metals they would add to the silver, to the which would depreciate the silver. there was something in the Roman Empire that happened that brought to its downfall. The lack of money, the lack of funds. Ultimately, it was all the will of the Lord that brought that empire down. You can go all into the history yourself. Look into it. That basically some Roman Empire decline. As a matter of fact, I'll just Google it for you. What was Rome's decline, right? Rome's decline was a centuries-long, multifaceted process involving economic collapse. There you go, economic collapse right there. That's the first thing it tells you right there. And this is going to be this on America. With America, it's the same thing. No coincidence, right? Because we teach America is ancient Rome. Say that a million times. To the point it's already fucking redundant. But hey, we'll keep saying it a million more fucking times, man. That's the point there. Isaiah 1:22. Thy silver has become dross, thy wine mixed with water. Yeah, right there, cool. And that's what's been happening with America. Okay, America doesn't even use silver or gold. Alright. So anyway, man, that's the point right there. America's falling, America's going down. What can you do about it? This is James 5. Verse 3. Your gold and silver are corroded. Their corrosion will testify against you, and eat your flesh like fire. You have hoarded wealth in the last days. Yep, because America doesn't deal with real money. Okay, this whole system has been set up by the elites, starting with the Rothschilds, to control all you people. We always say it all the time. Mayor Amstel Rothschild has the quote. It says, give me control of the money supply. Just try to find it, man. Yeah, right here. I care not who controls a nation's political affairs, so long as I control her currency. There you go. There you have it. And that's what they still have. That's what they still control. Okay. And we believe this is all gonna happen through an economic collapse, man. If you don't believe that, you're going wrong. Okay. Now, you never know. I mean, there's a chance that it could just happen. There's a chance Esau could just come out even tomorrow and say, oh, We're giving y'all 30 days to come and take this RFID chip. By this deadline, if you don't have this RFID chip, we won't accept cash anymore anywhere. You can come out with that tomorrow and say that easily. It's nothing for the Lord to do that. But guess what? More than likely, he fucking isn't, okay? So sit the fuck back down. Stop complaining and suck it up, brothers. And you know, more than likely, this devil ain't gonna do that. So, if he ain't gonna do that, what can you do? What can you say? And we know that the chip has to come out before World War III breaks off. But in just your spirit, I don't believe this devil will come out and do it that way. Okay, because of how demonic these devils are. And just by this kingdom being wicked, and how the Lord set these devils to be, which is ultimately how the Lord wants it to be. Okay, these devils ain't gonna do it just that easy. They're gonna want to see you people, and ultimately the Lord wants to see you people starve and kill each other. Even more than this devil, right? The Lord wants to see this happen to you motherfuckers, man, right? The Lord wants to see some of his elect to die soon. Who's gonna die for this truth, alright? Meditate on that one. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. Thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget your children. Because that's why the Lord's going to bring this thing to pass. It's going to be to judge a lot of people, a lot of his own people. It's Isaiah 19:1. And 19:2. I will stir up Egyptian against Egyptian, brother will fight against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. The Egyptians will lose heart. Yeah, and America's gonna lose heart. So what the Lord's working this place up to be. Yeah, and the Egyptians will lose heart, and I will bring their plans to nothing. They will consult the idols and the spirits of the dead, the mediums and the spiritists. I will hand the Egyptians over to the power of a cruel master, and the fierce king will rule over them, declares the Lord Almighty. Yeah. Right? So that's what's going to happen there. It also mentions in Ezra. Second Ezra 15, verse Second Edges 13 actually. The Second Edges 13 verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Come on. Yeah, and you can argue, oh, that ain't gonna happen before the MOTB is implemented. That's gonna happen before. That's gonna happen right when World War III happens. Because that's possible. It can happen that way. But we'll just have to see, right? We just have to see. And to the spirit, we always mention and prophesy about an economic collapse happening, where the power goes out in the black horse. So if the MOTB was to just come out, and World War III would start soon after that, it wouldn't really give us how would you be able to fit the black horse there in between both of those? It'll be pretty hard to. But if you put the black horse before the MOTB comes out, which is also mentioned as the Great Reset, that's going to restore the economy, bring everything back to jumping again. If you put the black horse before the MOTB is implemented, it'll fit the prophecy though. You can see it happening, see that prophecy being fulfilled more smoothly. Whereas if you try to fit that after the MOTB is implemented, and World War III happening right after that. Here in Revelation 6, verse 5, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I heard, beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And 6, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny. When you go into penny, it goes into a denarius. That's a day's wages. And 3 measures of barley for a penny. Another one, denarius, day's wages there. And see, I heard not the oil and the wine. Come on. A measure of wheat, that's enough bread, flour to make bread for a day, to feed you for a day. With 3 measures of barley, the same thing. So at some point it's going to cost you $100 just to get enough food to feed one person. And be filled. That's why it's wise to stay away from these processed foods, because these processed foods, they're really drugs, and they don't really give you the nutrients. Okay, so why it will be wise to stay away from those, especially in the times we're gonna come into, man. Learning how to make yourself something that's can feed you for the rest of the day. So that's just going into the MOTB there. James 5 verse What now? Listen, you rich people, weep and wail because of the misery that is coming on you. Your wealth has rotted, and moths have eaten your clothes. Yeah, Babylon's fallen. Its money's fallen. It's gonna fall financially. We're seeing its financial collapse coming. And people still ain't expecting it. These average peons out here, maggots out here, still aren't expecting these things to happen. A purge like event it happening in real life soon. They're not expecting that. Okay, we're about to enter 2026, still 2025. And it really is gonna get worse, man, okay? These people ain't expecting it because they don't fear the Lord. If they did, they would know the prophecies and they would have already stopped by our camps to take heed to the words of the Lord. And a lot of you other Israelites in these other camps, you just use the knowledge and the wisdom that your leaders teach you and think that's all you need. It's very simple. What you need to do is be complaining and sighing and crying for being here. Trying to usher in these prophecies quicker. Because this is Jeremiah 51:9 here to prove it to your ass. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even unto the skies. And her smoke is also going to be lifted up to the skies. So you just playing games and down here thinking that this is all going to be forever? You're sorely mistaken. Okay, but it's the will and spirit of the Lord that most of these people are not going to expect these things because they're already dead. That's why those type of people are gonna be the first ones eliminated. Okay, there's gonna have to be people that's part of the large amount of casualties the Lord's gonna show us soon. He said, "The thousands shall fall on thy left." Psalm 91. All you brothers should know this scripture by now. Psalm 91 verse Psalm 91:7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Come on. That's the point. Shalom and a bar to bar.